Are you 55 or older and haven't saved any money for retirement? You should know you're not alone. In this video, I'm going to show you 8 steps you can take to improve your situation for a better financial future in your retirement. There are 8 simple, practical steps that you can take now to get you to that point where you can feel more comfortable and less financial fear. It's not too late. You're not the only one that's in this situation. Sometimes life just gets in the way. You're working, you're raising a family, you have a lot of financial obligations with that, and you weren't able to start saving in your 20s or 30s. Certainly that would have been better, but it's not too late now. Don't be ashamed. Take action. In a recent study by Art Magazine, they did research that showed 20% of people over 55 years of age had no retirement savings. The 2017 census was even bleaker. It said that 49% of 55-year-olds and older had no retirement savings. Don't be shamed. Don't regret it. Take action now. Again, you'd be amazed over the next 5, 10, or 15 years what you can save. I'll show you a graph a little bit later in the video. There's still time to save a substantial amount of money. Step 2, take inventory of your life and get focused. Take a step back and assess your current situation in life. How old are you? How much longer can you work? Are you healthy? These are all factors that can help you develop a plan for your future retirement savings. Realistically, you could live to be in your 90s. At age 55 or 60, that's 30 more years that you need to be responsible for your own financial future. That could be 30 years of funding required for your financial future, and you can get there. Your retirement plan isn't necessarily about income, it's about savings as well, and maybe can be more impacted by savings than the income that you're going to continue to make, which could be fairly fixed. Remember, retirement is just a standard of living. If you're comfortable and you have your health, you have family around you, maybe you don't need much in retirement. Versus you want to belong to a country club, have a nice boat, $1 million house, your story is going to be a little bit different. Most of all, you need a clear plan. Step 3, know your numbers. You can't figure out what to save if you don't know your current situation. Throughout life, we tend to have spending creep. Maybe we make more money, but then guess what? We spend more money. So developing an understanding of how you can correct that situation for the remainder of your life is very important. Many high earners save very little money, yet many people with a modest income have been able to save a substantial amount of money for retirement. Lifestyle spending creep can get you there. You make some money, you start to go out to eat, you buy nicer cars, you go on nicer vacations, and you're not frugal about how you've lived your life. Time to put a check in that and understand where you're at today. If you don't do that and develop a plan, you can't really understand where you're at and how to course correct for your future. Step 4, to do a 30-day spending audit. For 30 days, I want you to write down every dollar you spend and your income as well, but more importantly, the money you spend. You can track it on a simple sheet of paper in a notebook or put it in a spreadsheet. Simple is usually better. The whole point to this is to develop a level of understanding of where your money is going. This step in and of itself could be the most important step and lays the foundation for your future plan. Sometimes awareness alone of how you spend your money can be enough to correct your behavior and change your spending patterns. So once you've developed your financial inventory and done the 30-day analysis of your spending, as much as you don't want to hear about it, it's time to create a budget. Again, budgets aren't a bad thing. They're a good thing, and they can help scope where you need to go in life. Years ago, my wife and I, we started an envelope budget. Right? She had lost her job back in 2008 during the financial crisis, and we said we need to do something different. And so we put a budget together, and we created envelopes. Again, the envelopes were housing, food, clothes, I'll just say haircuts. And we had 5 kids. So the costs were fairly high there, but we put cash in the different envelopes. I think one was vacation, as a matter of fact. One was, eating out, and we cut a lot. When the envelope is empty, you don't spend that money. If it accrues more money from week to week, then you have more money that you could spend on that item. And I'll never forget, the first 2 weeks of the plan, my wife ran out of money for groceries. And she says, I need more money. Take it from one of the other envelopes. You'll just have to cut what you spend from that other envelope. We're not increasing what we put in the envelopes. That's the point of the budget. So you could use an envelope budget or any other means. There's a lot of ways to do budgeting. The side benefit of that is, don't use credit cards to spend. You're using cash, and so you're very controlled on where your money goes. Credit cards are too easy, right? You pull it out, you buy something, you just lose control really quick. Focus on keeping more of your money. Sometimes income is less important than how and where you spend your money. The more you can save of what you make, the more you'll have for future investing. Take a look at this graph. You can imagine if you could save $200, $500, or $1,000. Look at the savings that you can accomplish. What happens to compounded growth over 15 years at 7% interest? Saving $200 every month and investing it can grow to over $50,000. Saving $500 every month and investing it can grow to over $150,000. And saving $1,000 a month can grow to over $300,000. So if you start today at age 55, by the time you're 70, you could have $300,000. Conversely, right, at 60, by the time you're 75, you would have that amount. So starting today is important. I think the goal is to start with expense reduction. If you can reduce your expenses and save that money in an investment, small amounts can lead to significant incremental growth. Expense reduction is a powerful tool to create wealth in your life. Some of the things you could consider to save money, $20, $50 here and there adds up to get you to that $200 a month. Can you cancel cable? Broadcast TV is in high def and it's free all over the country. Something to consider. That can be $100 to $150 a month depending on your plan, sometimes more. What about your cellular plan or phone plan? Can that be reduced? Can you go to a lower plan or change to a different company? Quit buying the latest equipment. That can also save you more money. Thinking outside of the box, maybe you live in a condo complex or an apartment complex and you're close by your neighbors. Could you share internet service? That $60 a month plan, could you split it and make it $30? It goes through the walls. So these are brainstorming ideas, right? Use ChatGTP and Google Gemini to brainstorm ideas on how to save on a monthly basis that now you can invest and then compound that money. Step 6, get creative and think outside the box. What are the ways that you could save money? Probably your biggest cost that you have in your expenses today is housing. How could you save money in housing? Maybe rent one of the rooms in your house to a friend or family member for $400 or $500 a month. That immediate income with no added cost to you can go right into an investment. Maybe you move in with a family member, one of your children that maybe have younger kids, your grandkids, and offer to help watch them. So you immediately eliminate your housing cost by moving in with them. That could save you $800 to $1,000 a month that you could immediately put towards an investment. And you're helping with your grandkids that save your kids money as well. So it's a win-win for the both of you. Check out some of my other videos. I come up with all kinds of small little tidbits on saving money. By the way, while we're talking about it, don't forget to subscribe to my newsletter. It's in the description below. And again, I'll send you monthly ideas on money savings. Remember, creativity and sacrifice are going to be the key steps to get you to a new threshold in your retirement savings. You got to do something different. You can't keep doing the same thing you've been doing. Step number 7, work longer and delay social security. In my parents' generation, retiring at 60 or 65 was the norm. I think as we move forward, retiring at 65 and moving that up to 70 is probably going to be the new norm. If you can work until you're 70, there are several benefits. One, you continue to make income, and working is your biggest asset to help you to continue to make income. While you're making income, your expenses are being covered, it gives you longer opportunity to invest in your retirement. It also allows you to defer when you might start taking Social Security. Again, if you take it at 62 versus 70 plus, the amount you receive every month goes up for every year that you wait to delay. So by working until 70, you can defer when you take Social Security to increase your revenue at that point. Certainly a smart Social Security strategy is key to developing retirement wealth. Step 8, health. Continue to learn and have faith in your plan. Stay healthy. Exercise, eat right. Health issues can be very costly. They can keep you from working. Certainly drag down your efforts for your retirement wealth plan. You know, when you exercise, fitness increases your energy level. Every day you'll have more. That energy can go towards working, planning, strategizing. Continue to read and learn. Dig into some financial sites. Watch more YouTubes on financial advice for retirement and where to invest. I'm not a financial advisor, so you really should seek out people once you start to save money to make sure that it's invested in the right spot. Again, people you trust. So never stop learning and keep having the faith in your plan. Adjust accordingly and keep strategizing for ways to, again, reduce your costs to save money that you can invest. So remember the 8 steps, right? It's not too late to get started, and you're not alone. Take inventory of your life and stay focused on your plan. Know your numbers. Track for 30 days all your expenses and where you spend your money. Put a focus in place to keep more of your money that you can invest. Get creative and think outside of the box on how you might save that money. Work to an older age, like 70, so you can delay Social Security. Again, stay healthy, keep learning, keep the faith. Tell me what you think in the comments below. How are you saving money? What ideas do you have that you can share with others through this video? Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Also, in the description below, there's a link to subscribe to my newsletter. Watch these other videos for other ways to save money and improve your financial situation.